Well, we are into the weather that we were going to run into, and never fails around good old McDonough, Georgia. I always end up in some traffic here. I guess I chose poorly. Should have cut out of Macon and gone up through Athens, but we're not losing much time through this. Hopefully it's not very long. Now, it looks like we got a double whammy of crap as to what's causing the slowdown. Saying it's down to one lane up here, but it sure don't look like it. So we're gonna jump over into this lane, get on around some of this. But anytime you got blue lights flashing up here, everybody, slows down. Well, we're through all the bull crap of interstates, heading up towards Tallulah Falls, finally getting into some mountains, it looks like. Welcome back. We're finally on the North Carolina side of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, coming through Cherokee, North Carolina right now. Got my first look at the river, and man, I hope it clears out and water levels drop a little bit, because it does not look fishable. But we're going to get on through Cherokee here, get up into the Smoky Mountains National Park on 441 between Cherokee and Gatlinburg. We'll show you some of the views driving through there. Just past the North Carolina side Welcome Center, there's a couple fields just up here. The last couple years I've been through here, there's been some elk hanging out in the field. Be careful when you come through here, because they make a mess of your vehicle if one happens to jump out in front of the road on you. Some pretty mountain views. Alright, so we're finally back down on the Gatlinburg Side of Newfound Gap Road, and up here on the left is the Gatlinburg side, Tennessee side of the Smoky Mountains National Park Center. Get your parking pass there. We'll jump in there in the morning. That place is a zoo in the afternoons, so we're not even going to try to get in there and get a parking pass. We'll grab one first thing in the morning. They've got kiosks, which is cool. You just walk up, credit card, pay, boom, back in the car and go. Easy way to spot where Smoky Mountain Angler is. Look for these two little pagodas with the red flags on top, and it says winery, and it's back in there. These two little pagodas here in winery. Back to Smoky Mountain Angler. Back in Tennessee, rolling out of the condo, and we're gonna go see if we can find some fish. I know it rained pretty darn good yesterday when I got here, well, the night before anyway, and the water levels are really up. So the plan is to head out into the state park and head all the way up towards Chimney tops. Hopefully the water's leveled out or gone down up there before it does in town, but only one way to find out, man. We're gonna get it done. Let's go. Yeah, it's definitely up quite a bit. Because it was a step down. Right up there is where we walked down to walk under the bridge, and it was a 2-foot step down before you got to the water. Now it's only like a foot. So we'll head up in the state parks. I mean, it's cleaner. You can still see the rocks in the bottom. It's not as dirty as it was yesterday. So we'll head up in the state parks. I gotta go get my park pass anyway. Let's get her done. So it's pretty simple. You got my parking pass. You just come up, select date of use, plug in your tag number, pay them, you're rocking and rolling. Let's get out of here. I like this little pool right here. There you go. Oh, there he goes. Finally got one back. Should have brought a machete with me. Good Lord. This is freaking ridiculous. Fish on. Well, that made the hike worthwhile. Look at that, fish on. Smack the dry fly. Oh, there he goes. This part sucks. It's a bitch when you're old and fat. Tell you what I think we're gonna do. We're gonna pop in to right here, the trout farm. I've never checked it out, so we're gonna check it out. This is the trout farm slash children's fishing area. I think it's like Holbert Park, something like that. Boy, there's some slobs in there. There are some absolute tanks. Day 2 in Gatlinburg. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, and it's supposed to be potential for severe weather. So I think today's the day, the only day we're going to get to hit downtown. So we're going to make it work. Let's get on with it. All right, good old downtown Gatlinburg. Good morning. There's somebody right under there. Yep. All right, we'll walk on down. All right. Fly gear didn't work in this one. I've drifted this whole hole with this. There we go. All right, well, up on the north end, a couple hits, nothing at all. So the bridge I got the big one at last time, there's people all over that. So I think I'm gonna slide down here. You know, I don't know about fishing downtown. Come down here and there's fucking people everywhere. I might just go back to the state park today. Well, downtown was not a smashing success. Like I said, man, they stock on Thursdays and it gets absolutely hammered Friday, Saturday, Sunday. At least that's what I'm blaming it on. I could be right, I could be wrong. The water level's high too, but we're gonna head up off the spur, check a spot there. We may end up out in the state park again, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. Let's go. Fish on. Another one. Smashed the dry fly. That's a little bit bigger one. There he goes. See you, dude. Fishing in the rain. You know what I figure? I don't care if it's raining or not. I didn't drive 700 miles to shit at the condo. There we go. Oh, and he jumped off. Ah, sweet. Oh. There he was. Tell you what, this is fun. I don't think I've ever had this many hits on the dry fly. Another little fish on. Oh, there he goes. I don't think I got it on camera, but there he is. So we're back in Florida. A little late getting this one out. Wanted to do a little closing video for you guys, closing segment. A couple of areas we were fishing in the national park up there. I kept saying state park through the video, but it's the national park. We started out up off of 441 between Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, up around the Chimney tops area. A couple spots where some pullouts. The river's very accessible right there. Then we moved down a little bit lower in elevation, closer to Gatlinburg, fished a couple spots there. And we also fished out east of town in the Greenbriar area. Those are mostly where I was catching all the fish in the state parks, and I was using, they call it a dry dropper rig with a dry fly up top, and then below it, about 1.5 to 2 feet, was a little nymph. What I was using, I kept seeing them flying around. Guys at the Smoky Mountain Angler turned me on to this little guy. It's a yellow Sally. Yellow on the bottom, it's got a little red, but that's the dry fly that they were absolutely smacking. And then a few of the fish I was getting were on that little nymph right there. I don't know if you can quite see that very well, but it's got kind of a copper beadhead to it, little green flash, little pheasant tail on the back. They were smacking that pretty good too. Just fun catching those fish up there. Rod wise, I did something. I bought a new rod. I have been using low tech, low dollar for the longest time. Amazon special. It's the Max Catch Extreme 9.0 4-weight. Using that for the longest time. All my other previous videos, that's the rod I've been using. And for what I'm doing, high sticking, almost the style of nymphing, this worked out great. But I wanted a decent rod, so this trip I spent the coin, bought a crosswater, an Orvis Clearwater, my bad, not crosswater, Orvis Clearwater 10-foot 3-weight. And when you're pocket fishing those smaller rivers, it's real nice to get out and you can reach out and hit multiple holes from where you're sitting at in one spot. But that's what I was using. I got another trip planned. It's going to be in September. A little football game, fishing action up there. So we'll get back to fishing here locally. Smash that like and subscribe button so you don't miss it. And I will see you on the water.